Say hello to my very dysfunctional family. I also expect copyright issues. Please cut the music now. Can we just... Oh, man. That was a close one. Okay, so the future of Ark was revealed to us in a post by Wildcard that I'll be going down through in just a moment, along with a very extensive list of patch notes. So I'll be doing that, and then we're going to check out these fancy little creatures. I have two mods, actually, that were kind of interesting. I wanted to check out and show you. Actually, this one's kind of cool right now. I just want to take a quick look and see. I don't want to look at this guy's ass the whole time, so give me 1 second. Do you have any cool attacks? Okay. All right, you're fancy, I guess. Do you have a main attack? Oh, I didn't, that took like 10 years, dude. You'd be dead by the time you got that attack off. You look kind of cool, though. So, like I said, we'll be checking these out in just a moment. There's some pretty cool stuff. I don't think I'm supposed to have access to this, but it was on the mod workshop under some weird ambiguous name. So, that's basically that. Let's get into the patch notes, then we get into this and the Tiny Titans mod, which is surprisingly useful. So the new community crunch was just revealed, and with that comes some information about the future of Ark Survival Evolved and what's going to be happening with the game, along with some console patch notes. Now, I don't usually do console patch notes, however, I do think that when it comes to the patch notes for all platforms, we can be on the lookout and get an idea in general of what's coming to PC as well and vice versa. This goes into detail with what they plan to do with the future of Ark and also some patch notes. However, these patch notes are for console, though console and PC seem to get very similar, if not exact same patches and updates. The only version of Ark that I would not reliably rely on when it comes to console and PC would be trying to cross over the mobile patch notes, because that is almost an entirely different game. I actually checked out the game a while ago on mobile, and it's surprisingly cool and stable. And for me personally, I don't really mind doing microtransactions, and there's some pretty unique, cool stuff in those transactions too. So if I were you guys, I'd check it out after this video and maybe give it a shot. I know I'm not sponsored to say that, by the way. They wanted to sponsor me a while ago to make a video on it. However, I declined to do that. I didn't really want to be paid to play a game that I enjoy like this, and that's basically that. Moving into the notes, given the Atlas announcement, I wanted to stop by and share some additional insight into where we're at and where we're heading with Ark over the next few months. By the way, if you didn't know, Atlas, which is the new game that the Ark devs have been working on, is actually delayed for another 6 days. So it should be out around the 19th. They're hoping for that. The reason behind the actual delay to this game is that they want to do more quality control checks, and they want to make sure the game's going to be running stable and smooth on release. Granted, I know that's a hard pill to swallow. It is a necessary evil, unfortunately, because game developers don't really want to publish games that are going to be bad. This is where I turn it over to you guys. I want to know what you guys think about Atlas, and if you want to see me cover it on the channel, or if you're going to be checking it out yourself. Are you hyped for this game? I'm actually surprisingly excited for Atlas, but I just don't have my hopes too high yet. Besides, this wouldn't be a game created by the developers of Ark if it wasn't delayed to some degree. However, a lot of respect for the Wildcard devs to make the hard decision to delay the game. That also delays the revenue and sales, so clearly, there's more on the agenda than just making money, and that falls in the form of quality and gameplay mechanics. Yeah, let's move into this. The Ark team is as big as it's ever been. It's made up of key members behind Ark, Early Access, Scorched Earth, and Aberration, hires from the mod community, Primitive Plus, The Center, and Ragnarok, and seasoned veterans with experience working on a variety of games and other MMOs. TLC 2, Archaeology, Extinction Chronicles, Small Tribes, Enforcement, and of course, Extinction were built with this team. One of the more exciting things to us that we've found are ways to bring new wrinkles and ideas to Ark while continuing to refine and expand on the things that made it a hit. From the dynamic components of archaeology events to the brand new mechanics created for orbital supply drops and tameable titans from Extinction. Currently, the Ark team is hard at work resolving issues introduced with Extinction. Item bugs, creature balance, including titans and mechs, OSD balance, console graphic quality and stability, and issues related to the dev kit. In addition, we've carved out key members to the team to tackle long-standing desires, starting with the integration of Structures Plus and rework of the Kibble Tree. A few other members of the team are tackling Winter Wonderland and the awaited return of Raptor Claws due next week. Syntac, every single time I try to say Raptor, I say Craptor now because of some of those video titles you put up. You need to stop with the Craptor stuff because I can't say Raptor anymore, goddammit. As we wrap up this wave of work, more and more members of the Ark team will be moving on to tackle quality of life issues and bugs. We love Ark as much as you do and are very excited for all the possibilities that lay before us. Heading into the new year, we will begin to plan out what's next and determine what the best steps are for the game and for content perspectives. Rest assured, whether it's more TLC, new DLC, new mechanics, or new modes, we will continue to support Ark through 2019. Beyond that, we've started early discussions internally about what the next generation of Ark could look like, but it's too early to talk about that here. We'd like to thank everyone for the long-standing support, and we look forward to the adventure ahead. Keep on surviving, Chris Willoughby. Willow, basically that. That little snippet right there, the reason why they're putting out this kind of statement right now is because Atlas is going to become a huge focus as part of Wildcard. And people are probably questioning, you know, what's Ark going to have in store for them if they're working on Atlas? And this is them indirectly confirming that there's going to be new TLC or new DLC or new mechanics. They are going to continue updating Ark just as they normally would while they expand on Atlas. Ark is far from done. They're not finished with that game, much like every video that I've made in the last 3 weeks have said. You know, they're not done with Ark, and they're going to be doing a lot more content for this game. They'd be crazy not to do more content for the game. As far as the updates, again, these are console updates, but console updates usually transfer pretty seamlessly to the PC, and we'll be getting an update later this week, I think, for PC, give or take. They've made some improvements to the mana, that basically. The Volanosaur also had some updates, corrupted dinosaurs, titans, so on and so forth. You can take a moment here if you would like to read down through some of these. I won't be reading these by every bulletin point. I'll just be pointing out the ones that are kind of interesting to me, such as the Volanosaur no longer harvesting bodies with its alternative attack. It can no longer shoot through walls and shields, and corrupted dinos getting a buff to how much damage they deal to tech shields. Titans across the board should have lower starvation rates as well. It's been increased from 30 minutes to just over an hour. And the Desert Titan actually got one of the, I guess, strongest debuffs and also buffs, where the flock can no longer go through buildings and terrain and hit people, and the flock, when it summons it and it's not tamed, will actually dismount you in flight. Structures Plus also had some integration placed here with the exception of this list of things right here, so make sure you take a mental note, especially that C4. That's basically that. And interestingly enough, the Enforcer, I believe, got the strongest buff of everything. We all know the Enforcer right now. Enforcers are pretty, they're basically lightweights when it comes down to it. They're not really strong. Me and Syntac actually had a debate about this, and I thought they were pretty strong versus corrupted dinos, but apparently, you know, their low health pool really makes them weak ultimately. They're like glass cannons. Well, these guys now take 60% reduced damage for corrupted dinos, and that means they are going to be invaluable in combat for the OSD drop. There's a whole lot of other miscellaneous changes here for the other creatures, cryopods and stuff. You guys can also pause the video here if you would like to read down through it real quick and I guess weigh in on that. And then they confirmed the PC patch planned for later this week, yada yada, and some fan art, which this is actually really, really nice. I like this a lot, especially the horns going up right here with the red going through it. And there's going to be a evolution event as well. What a great way to jump into December. That is basically everything right now on patch notes for console that may also transfer to PC or may not, who knows. And their statement on Ark, the direction of Ark, and what's in store for the future of the game as well. My personal belief is that they will definitely at some point create a new DLC or even move into Ark 2. As they've confirmed in the past, they want to make an Ark 2. They want Ark 2 to be a thing. That would require so much time and effort and money though. It's gonna be, they've made millions from Ark, never mind. They could totally do it. So those are basically the patch notes that I have to show you for now. And now I want to move into these fancy little creatures right here. Some of them are pretty cool. I've already checked them out. Some of them not so much, I guess. And some of them are meant to be like avatar type creatures. Now keep in mind, This is, I think, really early in development, and I don't know if we're supposed to have access to this again, so we might be getting super spooky stuff. There's also custom sounds, and I don't know how to feel about them because they might be copyrighted if you can copyright custom sounds and voice lines. Anyways, it was this fancy little guy right here. He does his own thing. He has some specials too, which is kind of interesting. I noticed he has a pole that like shoots out super far, and that's basically that. He doesn't really do too much more other than sound different and have some cool animations. A lot of these actually have custom animations. Something else was this guy right here that kind of caught my eye, and I have a feeling the minigun on his back at some point will be functional because of the mech and its ability to mess around with a giant cannon on its back. For now, it doesn't really have anything too special. Just a cool attack, you know, yada yada. The right click, you throw another boulder, and then the normal attack as well, which does some fancy stuff. But all in all, it's a pretty generic creature that just looks kind of cool. Actually, it looks really cool. We've got this thing right here, which is supposedly a boss. This thing right here is supposedly a boss for the mod, and it's super overpowered and strong, just like you would expect any other boss, really, in any other mod. Kind of has a cool attack. Has a glowing spear on its back, which I don't really know what that's for. It looks more like a phase gate than anything else. Or actually, it looks like one of those gates, the ring from a gate that you'd use in Aberration moving into Extinction. That's what that looks like. It doesn't really have anything special in the way of attacks or anything, unfortunately. Just as cool throw and, you know, bam, basically. That's it. We've got this cool looking wolf, which its hair kind of needs to be reworked because it's really buggy, but all in all, it does look pretty cool with the little things jetting out of it, and it's just a wolf, basically. It has a cool attack as well right here, or maybe that's a power-up. I don't know. And, like, I wish I knew because I can't read Japanese or Korean or whatever this mod was supposed to be, and all the details were in a different language, so I couldn't really understand. We got this guy. I think he's just an avatar that you control. I mean, come on. There we go. Yeah, this guy has a sword and shield. He looks like something from Kingdom Hearts or something, actually. I don't think I can use the shield. I don't think that's functional. He does have some custom attacks, though, which are kind of interesting. Right there. And he has a sea attack as well, which makes him jet out. And that's kind of confusing on its own, because I don't really know what that's supposed to do, you know, more or less. We have a sheep as well, which is kind of cool. We'll check out the chick in a second. She's kind of cool, too, but we have a sheep here that doesn't really do much. I think this is actually what spawned in the music as well, which kind of scares me. I don't want to mess around with it too much. And it has a headbutt attack that's just ridiculous as hell, but it is a glass cannon, so 100 health, and that thing's basically gone for. And then the final creature. Oh my god, this is a mouthful. This tall chick right here. Hang on. Male gamer check. Oh my god, she's not wearing any. Oh, okay. Wait, is she? Please don't demonetize me. Oh boy, I can't see. Jump up. Oh my god, she's not. Oh, that's horrible. Oh no. So she doesn't really have any cool attacks from what I know. She just has a punch. Basically that. I do think she has a dance. Yeah, she has that dance, whatever. It looks like it's an attack too, or damage stuff, and I'm sure this music is copyrighted. I'm probably going to lose my channel over this one video. Totally not worth it. Oh boy. And that's basically that. But the main thing I wanted to jump into with you guys is Tiny Titans. Now, what the hell is Tiny Titans? Well, it's a mod that does what you think it does. It makes the Titans tiny. As you can see right here, I have the Desert Titan spawned in from the Tiny Titans mod. And this is next to the Frost Titan, the Ice Titan, whatever you want to call it. And this one is also from the Tiny Titans mod. Now, I know they don't look too tiny. I know, I realize that's an issue. But they are significantly scaled down compared to what they were originally. These are actually around the size of the Titanosaur, maybe a little bit smaller. And you can tell because over right here, I have a normal-sized Groot spawned in. This Groot is absolutely massive as hell. It's about 1.5, 2 times the size of the Groot down right there. And the Frost Titan, actually, I'll jump down right here and I'll just show you. Come on, land down. There you go. Right about there, I would believe, is the height of the normal Ice Titan. I'll try and spawn one in just to show you guys, though, as well. These things are way more manageable. This is just, you can fit these in your bases now. You don't need giant bunkers or anything to try and keep your Titans safe. These just completely reduce the normal required cost to really upkeep and manage these things and keep them safe until you decide to take them out and use them. Here is the normal size of the Ice Titan. Absolutely massive. And these guys just completely downsize it. There's no nerf or anything to my knowledge. It just makes it a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to manage, and just in general, a more pleasant experience from what I've seen as well. Now, some of you may not want to mod them. I completely understand that. And I, myself, would probably prefer the bigger version of the Titans. That's what makes them seriously different. Just sheer size. They're huge creatures. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more restrained, I guess, and temperamental, you could deal with it easier, definitely try and use the mod and maybe even install it onto your server. I've been using it for a while. I haven't found any major issues, no crash bugs or anything like that. That's basically that. There may be issues with the size, though, and where they can reach on the map and stuff, but that's more or less the gist of the Titans, and maybe you can get them in areas you wouldn't normally be able to get them into otherwise. But guys, that is it for now on Ark and everything I have to show you in the way of fancy update stuff, the statement from Ark, and the ending, I guess, of the franchise, even though it's not ending, thankfully. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about everything you've seen in this video. I don't usually delve off this far into mod content. I usually just stick to the main basics of the game. However, this is something I wanted to do. I wanted to check this out because I thought they were kind of interesting, and I didn't know if you guys would be interested in seeing it or not too. Just some strange, wonky things for Ark, basically, you can bring into your game if you play on PC. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you... Oh, wait, no, hang on. I won't see you. I want you guys to let me know down below in the comment section if you'd like to see Ark TLC phases of Phase 3, maybe. You know, for the Megalodon. Loaded Crisis. You little... I know what you did there. But for the Megalodon, or like TLC for anything, or if you'd rather see DLC, I actually know that the Ark devs do watch my videos, and they are aware of the content I make surrounding their game. And I'm just curious to see. There hasn't been any public poll or any real public voting or anything going on, and I don't know, unless the community speaks out on what you guys really want, if you want both of them or just one of them, TLC or DLC, they really won't be able to gauge what the community wants. So maybe, just maybe, a wildcard executive will see this video, and they might actually bring it up in one of their closed-door meetings, and maybe they'll get an idea of what players are looking for. But that's it. Let me know your thoughts down below again, and I will see you in the next video.